Pixelkin.
Hi everybody, welcome to episode 5 of Anna's Apps, which is a show we do here at Pixelkin that focuses on apps that are great for preschoolers and that my daughter loves. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Lazoo Zoo by the folks over at Lazoo. All right, so let's get started and take a look at Lazoo Zoo. So this is Lazoo Zoo's launch screen. Sometimes when you load up the game, you'll get a full screen ad. We didn't get one this time, but that does happen sometimes, and depends on how you feel about ads, whether or not you're going to like that. The ads are never, ever for something that costs money. They're always something for free, at least that I've seen. And I've played this game many, many times. So I think you can be pretty safe that it's only going to advertise something free. And there's also, down here in the right-hand corner, some ad for some other Lazoo apps. So with all that stated, let's get started. So here's our zoo, and there are 5 basic areas that you can play and interact with the animals, but there are some little things in this screen that you can also interact with too, like you can make this bird jump up and down, you can make this bird fly away, and you can change this little poster here to some different foods. All right, so let's get started over here with our water animals. So our water animals here are not very picky about what they eat. You can feed them anything and they will eat it. And this is going to pop up different animals. So I'm going to explain the vending machine over here on the left a little bit. So this is where you get your food. It's got a number of different foods sort of preset in it, and you can hit the dial when you want something to pop out, just like a vending machine. And then you can feed that. Let's feed them grapes. Now, another cute thing about the water animals, and boats in this game. Boats are apparently animals. The other cool thing about this section is that this little bird here, you can feed him too. And he gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Excuse me.
And then he belches and says, "Excuse me." At least he says, "Excuse me." Preschoolers love belches, but I love that this guy says, "Excuse me." So another thing that you can do here in the vending machine is you can click on this paintbrush, which opens a simple drawing interface, and you can draw whatever you want. So you could make your own foods. My daughter usually just scribbles. So let's see here. I'm gonna make an really bad looking ice cream cone. There, there's my ice cream cone. Check. And now that is going to be in the vending machine to feed the animals. So I'll show you one more water animal here. There's a crab. And now we've got penguins. So that's basically the deal with the water animals. Like I said, they will eat anything. So let's go up here to the giraffes. So the giraffes it's kind of the same deal. They're not picky. They will eat whatever you want. Another thing that you can do with the giraffes is tickle them, which is kind of fun. And let's feed them some watermelon. But the thing about feeding the giraffes is that their spots will change to reflect whatever it was that you fed them. And tickling the different ones makes different laughs. I think I like that one the best. Let's see. No more carrots. There we go. Let's get some grapes. All right, so that's basically it for the giraffes. So let's go explore somebody else. So we've got a chameleon down here in the left. He's the same deal too. He's not picky about what you feed him. The thing with him then though is that he's going to change the color of whatever food you gave him. And sometimes he'll just throw his tail down too. And he'll burp out the last thing that he ate. Just to mention too, is this vending machine, it's easy to use, but it can be a little touchy, where sometimes it'll just spit out the food even if you're cycling through the arrows. So that's just something to keep in mind. It's something that my daughter has gotten frustrated with a few times because she's got too much food down here on the bottom and then she can't grab the one that she actually wants. So I don't know if you saw that little icon bouncing there. That happens throughout all of the games too, and it adds a new food, or object in this case, to your vending machine that you can then feed to the animals. So we're gonna feed an umbrella. Oh, and it rained. So that's another thing that is cool about this app, is some of the foods or objects will spawn these little animations, and they're just cute to find. It's kind of, I mean, they're for specific foods, but your kids will probably find them at random, and it's kind of a cute little thing that they can find while they're playing. So let's go to the lion. The lion is very particular about what he wants to eat. So he draws a picture of what he wants in the sand in front of him, and that looks like a watermelon wedge. So he's happy about that. And now he wants a carrot, but I'm just going to show you what happens if you try to feed him what he doesn't want. He just shakes his head and says, no way. So let's get him his carrot. And now it looks like he wants some popcorn. This is what I mean about being a little bit touchy. Okay, so this popcorn is going to give us one of those funny animations too. So he ate all that stuff and now he's sleepy. But you can always just wake him up by tapping on him and continue to play. But we're going to head back out and we're going to visit our last animal, which is the ape. Now his bib starts off saying, I heart Lazoo. But as you feed him, it'll change to say, I heart whatever the last thing you fed him was. Now, he's not super picky. He will eat most things, but there are some things that he doesn't like. And if he doesn't want it, he will just shake his head and throw it to somebody else who does like it. And then you'll notice his bib changes to be a no, I don't like this symbol. So let's feed him a few more things. Well, not pears because he doesn't like them. He likes broccoli, which is probably a message to the kids that says that they should eat their broccoli. So after he's eaten 3 things, he pops up and grows some silly hair. In this case, it's a beard, but sometimes it'll be on top of his head too. So you see the saxophone gave us a little band. Oh, and he did the beard again. Let's see if we can get him to do some of his crazy hair. Oops, I know he doesn't like a pear. Let's give him the milk. All right. Now we got some hair. So he'll either do crazy hair or a beard, depending upon whether or not you tap him. So that's Mr. 8. So that's basically all there is to say about the zoo. If your kid likes animals, this is a great app for them. It's not terribly educational, but it's cute and it's fun. Oh, and one other thing that you can do is this photo booth down here. You can take various pictures with the animals kind of overlaid on top. A word of warning about this, though, is that they will save to your camera roll. So if your kid is very into taking pictures, you might find a lot of them in your camera roll. I don't like that, so I don't let my daughter use that function, and it'll ask you before you start that the game is trying to get access to the camera, and you can just say yes or no. And if you say no, then your kid won't be able to take pictures and it'll be fine. So that is it for Lazoo Zoo. If you have an app that you really, really like, please feel free to suggest ones for me to cover in the future. You can send those to hello@pixelkin.org. Thanks so much for watching. The next episode, we're going to be taking a look at Pet Doctor from Toca Boca. See you soon.